Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Steve DeCasa here, chilling at my editing suite, which I guess it really is, even though it's just my apartment. So this video is not going to be really about editing. It's going to be more about filmmaking in general. I've been PMing back and forth with a user on YouTube. His username is DarthXboxian something. I kind of like that screen name because I'm such a nerd and I like Star Wars and I like video games, but regardless. From what I can tell, he's a young filmmaker just starting out. He's been asking me what kind of cameras to use and about audio quality and things like that. And I don't really know if he's young. He might be 40 years old, but he's at least starting out doing filmmaking, and he's been asking me some questions and stuff. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll give you my best advice. I went to school for this. I've been out in the real world doing filmmaking for a while. This is a project I've been working on. It's called God Given, and it was shot by a gentleman I met named Kolade, who's really cool, and we're going to be working together in the future. And I can't post this on my YouTube page because it's his. I just edited it for him. But I'll put up a bulletin or something so you can check out this video. It's really cool. It's about this artist named Kimberly Nicole. So you got to check that out. But I digress. This particular video is going to be about something pretty simple, something that's always, I would say by young filmmakers, is always overlooked. And that's wrapping your cables the right way. What? Really? Wrapping cables? But believe it or not, your cables are the most important, one of the most important things, and maintaining them and wrapping them the right way so they don't degrade over time is one of the most important and basic things you can do to save money. This is one of the things that DarthXboxian was asking me about. I don't have a lot of money. What kind of camera should I use? I don't have a lot of money. How can I get the best quality I can out of my buck? And buy a good quality XLR cable. XLR cable would be a microphone cable, and wrap it the right way. So I was in bands for a long time, and I would see we'd be jamming out, and after we'd be done, they'd take out the cable and wrap it around their arm. Worst thing you can do for a cable. A cable essentially is just a metal wire. With an XLR cable, it's three: a left, a right, and a ground wire. It's three cables that are three little metal wires that are inside a rubber insulator, rubber protector. So they're not rubber wires, they're metal in there. So like anybody knows, if you take a paper clip and you stretch it out and bend it one way, bend it back, bend, what's gonna happen? Boom, it's gonna break. So a lot of, I think, well, I know a lot of young filmmakers, I say that because I was a young filmmaker once. I am still a young filmmaker, but a starting out filmmaker, if they're hearing audio problems, will probably think of the cable as being the last thing they'd think of. It's the microphone. There's a popping sound, there's a scratching noise, there's a buzzing. It's got to be the microphone, the recorder, something's wrong with the mic, maybe the battery's low on the mic. My advice, switch the cable. But if you only have one cable, because you're doing budget, you're gonna be out of luck. So there's a proper way to wrap your cables, believe it or not. And I learned it in school, at the School of Visual Arts back in the day, probably 2003. And I've always made it a point to wrap my cables this way. Now, specifically, I learned this cable wrapping technique in sound class. It was about sound, but I wrap all my cables this way. There's also an ergonomic thing about it too. You're not tangling up the cable. There's a certain way to wrap it, so you can pick it up and throw it out, and it's completely straight, and it unravels in a straight thing, no tangles, no knots. And it saves a lot of time on set if you're, especially if you're a PA and you get on set and it's like, go grab a cable or something. And if you wrap it the right way, you'll impress the crew. If an experienced person sees a young person wrapping a cable the right way, I've been hired back by productions because I wrapped cables the right way and other people were doing this. So, something to think about. So, in this particular tutorial, I'm going to show you with an extension cord, because it's orange and it's easy to see. So here we go. All right, so here I am in my messy room. Don't make fun of me. I know it's March, but I still have my tiny little Christmas tree over here. Yeah, what? It needs to be thrown out. The damn thing is broken anyway. But okay, so here's my cable. Now I was gonna practice this, but I figured, screw it, I'll just go for it. Now, first thing you wanna do when you have your cable is, see, it's laying all about like this. First thing I do is I take the cable and I kind of just I kind of grip the cable and I pull it through just to make sure it's nice and straight, just to make sure it's where I want it, kind of just, and it's all sitting in a pile here. And sometimes the cable will start to unravel itself. It'll, you can actually feel inside the cable that it's getting a little bit straighter. So the next thing I do is, and here's the tip, here's the technique, all right? So you grab it with your right hand or left hand, whatever you need, you grab it, get a little bit of length in it, and with your other hand, you pinch it and twist a little. So what's gonna happen is, as you pinch and twist, the cable will start to curl and make a loop. So you can make your loop however big you want. So once again, just get a good length of it. We can make the loop. I'm twisting as I do this with my hand and make the loop a little bigger. So what I'm going to do is grab this. I like it maybe about there. You can adjust maybe about there. And I'm twisting. For that one, I was twisting clockwise. I was twisting away from me. So that's number one. Second thing is, grab your next bit of length and then twist it the other way. Pinch it, twist it the other way, and it'll make the curl the other way. Now I'm going to be showing you this. I'm sorry. Twist it the other way. That's your basic maneuver. So let's try that one more time. Get a bit of length, twist it. I'm twisting this way, twisting it clockwise. Next bit of length, twist it counterclockwise, and you see how it does that, and it comes underneath. So then just keep doing it. Twist it one way, twist it the next way. Twist it here, twist it there. Now, and keep going until it's all done. That's how it's done. Very simple. Great thing about this also is you grab it out of your bag. You need to throw it to a PA. Okay, that kind of sucked. Do it one more time. But you see that? It comes out and it's completely straight. There's no knots. There's no tangles. It's beautiful. By the way, I really love these extension cords because when you plug them in, they light up at the end. So you immediately know that you've got power at your plug, your power at your outlet, because sometimes you plug in a cable, your lights don't work. You don't know what it is. It could be 5 million things why your lights don't work, but it's the plug itself doesn't have any power. So that's what sucks. So once again, one more time. You see how it's all sitting here? I don't know if you can see this. See how it's all sitting here, all weird? That's why I do that first thing. First thing is we want to kind of just go through the whole wire and get it nice and straight. Twist, 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 twist. See it from this angle? Twist, 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 twist the other way. A lot of people call this over-under wrapping. You can see why. I always, also on most of my cables, have a Velcro cable tie. You can buy them in these big rolls. And like if you go to Home Depot, they should have them in like a big roll of like 50 of them. Don't buy one like a 5-pack because they'll overcharge you. They usually charge like, I don't know, $12 for a 5-pack, but you can get like a 50 roll for, $10 or whatever. So you're saving a lot of money, but with the Velcro tie on it, so it's chilling. Now, that's what I do. Use this technique, impress people on your crew, and happy filmmaking.